free marble crochet tutorial. For this tutorial I would like to show you how to make a backless dress kind of a thing. This is going to be my second attempt at making this, whatever it is. Third attempt. The last two attempts have been just disasters and disappointing and, you know, all that. But that's okay, because we're going to try again. The last time I used a hook that was probably too small, so for the increases it just started to look wonky and ridiculous, and so I'm going to go back to using my 5mm hook, and this is the yarn that I'm using, Antalya. It's very nice. It's a very nice colour. Yeah, so also I'm going to mention this again because I mentioned it in my last two attempts. People ask me a fair bit about the weight of the yarn that I'm using, and I have mentioned in the past that for some reason in Spain I can never find the ply on the label. But what I can tell you is that this is 100 grams at 180 meters, and for a square of 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, it's 24 rows by 17 stitches using 5 to 6mm knitting needles or a 5mm hook. And this is 20% wool and 80% acrylic. So yeah, it's really nice, really soft. Yeah, so this dress, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but it's going to be a backless dress. My first attempt was going to be with a section at the front and a section at the back cut out as a sweater, and then my second attempt, did I say second attempt? First attempt. Second attempt was the backless dress, but like I said, using the smaller hook, which just didn't work. But that's okay, because now we're going to go back to the 5. We're going to get it done. I'm going to make this dress no matter what happens. I don't really have anything else to say. No, that's it. Let's begin. Okay, let's begin by grabbing a fresh piece of yarn and making a slip knot. So, slip knot, and adjust the knot to the hook, and we're going to start by making a chain of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to chain an extra 1, so 9. And skipping that first chain from the hook, we're going to put a single crochet into the next chain along. So the second chain from the hook, put a single crochet, and then put a single crochet into each chain all the way back to the end of the row, to the end of the chain row. So 1, 2, so there should be 8 single crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 into the last one, just like that. Okay, and there's your first row of single crochets. Okay, so this collar, this is the collar of the dress, and it's going to be ribbed. So what we do now is, you'll see how it comes together soon, you're going to chain up 1 and turn the work. Then into that first stitch just there, you're going to put your single crochet through the whole of the stitch. And what I mean by that is, you see the V on top just there, you go in beneath both parts of that V and single crochet. Then for the next 6 stitches, so the stitch in between the first and the 8th stitch, you're going to be putting your single crochet into the top back part of that V. So just in there, like this, just like that. So you're going to do that into each one till you get to the last one. So we'll do that going along till you get to the last one. And into the last one, you're going to do the same as what you did for the first one. So going in beneath both parts of that V. So just into there, through there like that. Put your single crochet, and there's your second row. And this is what's going to help to create the ribbed effect. So next row, chain up 1, turn the work, and just do exactly the same as you did for the last row. Single crochet through the whole of the first stitch, the next 6 stitches into the top back part of that V on top, and then into the last stitch, single crochet through the whole of the stitch again. And do that until you've created the 60 rows for the ribbed collar, and then we'll meet back up and I will show you where to go from there. And now that I've finished my 60 rows to form the ribbed collar, I'm going to join. So to join, we're not going to chain up 1, we're just going to straight away turn the work and stick your hook through the first stitch, so through all of that first stitch, without chaining up 1, stick it through, and then fold the collar in half and slip stitch into the corresponding foundation chain at the other end. So just like that, slip stitching, pull through, slip stitch, just like that. And then moving on to the next stitch, again, slip stitching that stitch into the corresponding chain at the other end. So you can do that 8 times till you've joined all the stitches and all the corresponding chains. Foundation chains. So you can do that. So that's 3, 4. So I'll meet back up with you soon. Right, now that I've completed all those slip stitches to join the collar, I've already trimmed the yarn off, and I'm going to just pull another slip stitch through and then pull through like that to secure, because we're going to be moving straight onto the sleeves and the front, because remember we're ignoring the back, and I've already marked out the sleeve section. So because there's 60 rows and we're going to be crocheting into the row ends, I've marked out 12 spaces for each arm section or each shoulder section, and 18 spaces for the front. And we're going to start at the first shoulder, so just moving along from the seam that you just joined. Moving along from that, we're going to move along to the left, yes, and insert your hook into the first row end. And it'll be really easy to see where those row ends are, like it's not hard at all. So stick your hook through there, grab a fresh piece of yarn, here it is, grab your fresh piece of yarn and make another slip knot, so making another slip knot, and pull that slip knot through that space that you've got marked out for the shoulder. So pulling that through like that, and adjust that to the hook like so, and then chain up 1. Now because there's not going to be obviously a seam for the back of the shoulder, we're going to be increasing by 2 for every second stitch. So we can take that marker out now. Take your marker out so it doesn't get in the way. So you've chained up 1, and then next to that chain 1 into that same row end, you're going to put a double crochet. So yarn over, double crochet into that same space where you put the chain 1, like that, and then into the next row space along, so just into there, you're going to put 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2. So that's into the second row end, and we're going to be doing this until obviously it increases and the increased sections fit comfortably beneath the arms. So what you do next is you put a single double crochet into each row end until you get to the until you get to the next stitch marker, the next row end marker. So moving along, I'll meet back up with you when we get there. So here I am at the next stitch marker, and into that row end where the stitch marker is, we're going to put a double crochet followed by chain 2, so 1 and 2, and then into the same space where the stitch marker is, another double crochet, just like that. Now you can take out that stitch marker. And moving on, we're just going to put one single double crochet into the next 18 row end spaces up until you get to the next stitch marker. And I'll meet back up with you there when we get to that point. So just a single crochet into the next 18 row ends. Alright, here I am at the next stitch marker. So for this one, we yarn over, insert hook where the stitch marker is, double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet into that same space. Like that. Then taking out that stitch marker, we put one single double crochet into the next, what do we got? 9 stitches? No. How many is it? We've got a single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and remember, because 10, 11, yeah, that's right. So because we don't have the seam at the back, we're going to, into the second last stitch just here, put 2 double crochets into that same row end. Sorry, by stitch I meant row end. Alright, so, and then you've got the last double crochet just into where that stitch marker is, and there you've finished row 1. Like that. You can take that stitch marker out. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be chaining up 1, turn the work, double crochet into the first stitch next to that chain 1, double crochet. Second stitch is 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Then 1 single double crochet all the way up until the increase section. So here I am at that increase section. So into that increase section, into that space where you've got the chain 2, between those 2 stitches, you're going to put your double crochet into the middle of that increase section like this, chain up 2, and then put another double crochet into the center of that increase section. So just like that. It's going to look like that. Now, moving on to the next stitch along, just put a single double crochet into all the stitches up to the next increase section. Now here I am at the next increase section, and once again a double crochet into the center of that increase section, followed by a chain 2 and another double crochet into that increase section, like that. And then moving on, putting a double crochet into each stitch until you get to the second last stitch of the row. So I'll meet back up with you there. Okay, here I am at the second last stitch, and remember we double crochet into the stitch and again into the same stitch, double crochet, so there's 2 into the same stitch, and then just a single double crochet into the very last stitch at the end. So that one just there. Sometimes the end one on this one can be a little tricky, but you'll get there. Alright, and once again, we're just going to repeat this process of chaining up 1, turning the work, 1 double crochet. Did I just, no, that was a single crochet. We don't want to do that. So chaining up 1, turning the work, double crochet into the first stitch, 2 double crochets into the second stitch, 1, 2, single double crochets up till the increase section, double crochet into the increase section, chain 2, another double crochet into the increase section, moving along the front till you get to the next increase section, and again double crochet into the increase section, chain 2, double crochet again into the increase section, then a single double crochet all the way till you get to the second last stitch, 2 double crochets into the second last stitch, 1 double crochet into that last stitch. And you're going to repeat this process until the front and the back of the shoulder sleeve section fits comfortably beneath your arms. And for me, the stitch count for the arms should be at about 38. So I'm going to see what happens when I get to that stage, and then Hopefully by then it will fit comfortably beneath my arms. If not, I might have to modify this slightly by not increasing the arm stitches anymore, but continuing to increase for the front. Anyway, when we get to that stage, we'll see what happens. I will meet back up with you soon, and we'll try it on, and we'll see how it looks, and we'll see how the increased sections fit beneath the arms. I mentioned, because I just realized that because for the first row that I've done for the shoulder, because I started increasing straight away at the beginning of that first row, there's going to be an uneven amount of stitches for the shoulder. I just wanted to quickly mention that because I didn't realize it doesn't make a difference. So there'll probably be, for me, 37 is the number that I'll try to reach for the, to go for the, yeah. So that's what's going to happen. I just wanted to quickly mention it though, because I didn't want you to get confused by what was going on. I thought I should. Yeah, okay, see you soon. Okay, so I just wanted to meet back up with you quickly and show you that the increased sections, front and back, now fit comfortably beneath my arms. So now that I can do that, and that's a pretty good fit. So I've got 37 stitches for the arms, which is fine. That's a good stitch count for me. That's what I want it to be. I don't want it to be too loose, because if the sleeves are too loose, this particular design looks absolutely ridiculous. So now what we're going to do is we're going to join the increase sections, and we're going to begin work on continuing to increase the front so that it wraps around to the back and we can eventually join it. Alright, let's do that.